Today, we have probably the long-awaited live-action adaptation for many fans out there who grew up with the Winx Club. Today, we have Fate, the Winx Saga. It is a Netflix original, a young adult drama series based on the popular American-Italian animated series Winx Club. It is an animated series with which many people around the world grew up with. And this live-action adaptation is for those same people who loved watching it. So today, we have some things to note before watching this adaptation. Enjoy! About the series. Before we dive deep into the things that you need to know before watching the series, let's talk a little bit about what the series is about, and some known news regarding the show. First off, the release date for the first season of the series is set to be January 22nd, 2021. And since we have so little time to the due date, there are no change-ups. And there's also a very good and cute trailer out there, so go and check it out. As for the cast members, there are plethora of them. Abigail Cowen will be taking the role of Bloom, which sounds natural considering her natural red hair. Griffin is yet another actor who is one of the youngest in the industry, starting his acting career in 2017. He will portray the role of Sky, which is going to be his second role in a Netflix original. Hannah van der Westhuysen is also in the cast as Stella. The first big break for Elisha Applebaum's career is here, as she is portraying the role of Musa in the series. The series also has Freddie Thorp as Riven, Precious Mustapha as AISHA, and many more. The list is very long. And for the plot of the first season and the beginning of the series, we will see Bloom adjusting to her life in the other world, as her dangerous magical powers are manifesting. The series will follow 5 coming-of-age fairies attending Althea, which is a magical boarding school in the other world, where they have to learn to master their magical powers, while also dealing with love, rivalries, and all of the monsters threatening their existence. Now that this is out of the picture, let us continue to the things we all came to see. Some of the most important things you should know before watching Fate, the Winx Saga TV show only on Netflix. It took nearly a decade to make the series. The animated series original creator, Iginio Straffi, has been discussing about a live-action adaptation of the Winx Club.
Decided to co-produce series 5 and 6, season 5 and 6 with us.
Ever since at least 2011. So we can clearly see that the idea was there, it was just the time it took to make one. Showing his interest from way back, showing interest about a live action. Luckily, almost 10 years later, we have the first season of the live action adaptation. Probably a big dream come true for many. Straffi, the founder of the animation company behind Winx Club, named Rainbow SRL, has also branched out into live action shows over the years, most notably the series Club 57. So with that in mind, we are possibly looking for more animations turned into live action. Who knows? We will just have to wait and see. Not a first for Netflix. If you thought that this is the first child in the making between Netflix and Winx, you are wrong. In the past, Winx Club has had quite a history with Netflix, as this platform not only did it air the original cartoon, it also premiered the spin-off series called World of Winx. However, this is not the most interesting part of the collaboration between the two. The incarnation itself of the series set the Winx with new villains and attempted to give the same series a darker and more mysterious tone when compared to the original, and to many critics, it was definitely a success. Season 1 has 6 episodes. As we all know, one of the trends which Netflix is following these last few years when it comes to their originals is that those shows are meant to be binged. So they are usually making them short and sweet. Thus, the upcoming live-action adaptation series in its first season at least will only have 6 episodes. However, all of them will last an hour long, so you will still have around 6 hours on your plate, which is, to be honest, a decent time to spend binging on your couch. Even though the series originates in Italy, the live-action show was primarily filmed in Ireland. which gives out why it only has 6 episodes to start with, as almost all of the shows that come from British and Irish television usually have 6 episodes. There will be new characters. Casting calls and lists regarding the cast of the series have named many new characters that haven't appeared before in the previous incarnations of the series. One name coming up everywhere is that one of Eliot Salt, who is being cast as a character named Tara, and also Sadie Soverall, who is cast as a character named Beatrix. There is also a possibility that some certain characters are being renamed too, like the school's original head mistress from being named Farragonda. For now, there is a new head mistress in the characters list called Head Mistress Dowling, who at first glance seems to have taken her place, or it is a new one. We're still not quite sure yet. Princess Aisha appears much earlier. Princess Aisha, who comes from the planet called Andros in the original cartoon series, shows up in the 2nd season and joins the Winx Club as their 6th member. She is also a fairy and controls a substance called Morphix that she can shape into almost anything. While in the cartoon, she comes only after the first arc of the characters. Princess Mustapha is cast as lead actor in the 1st season, who is portraying Aisha. So with that in mind, her role suggests that her story will happen much earlier in the adaptation. Actress Kate Fleetwood is cast as Queen Luna, Stella's mother, which also did not appear in the original cartoon series only until later. So, she is also getting a bigger role outside of Princess Mustapha, and both of them will be coming on the big screen in the 1st season. So there might be more changes to the world of Winx as we know it so far. Possible focus on Celtic mythology. With the series being filmed in Ireland, a country known for its folklore and mythology, especially stories about fairies, and the fact of the term otherworld appearing in the series, which is also used as a term to describe the world of fairies in Irish mythology, the series might took some notes and implement some elements between the two, and add a little extra spice to the series. It would not be the first time for the Irish mythology to have influenced the series. Ternanog, an alternate Celtic name for Otherworld, became a focal in the cartoon's 4th season. And also, the series did not forget its Italian origins, as fate is not only just a different meaning for destiny, but also the Italian word for fairies. So there's that. A witch is becoming a fairy. Abigail Cowen, who all of you Netflix fans might recognize her from the series The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, is cast as Bloom. The heroine of the series, however, the casting as Bloom is a bit ironic in hindsight, as she is known as the fairy fighting against evil witches, and Dorcas was a member of the Weird Sisters, a trio which has more than a bit in common with the Tricks. Cowen has also been cast in the film Witch Hunt, so this new light shown in the character, which has been mostly portraying the roles of the eternal villain of the fairies, might give you a new perspective on their characters and them actors as a whole. Some characters might not be returning. We mentioned before that some characters may be added who haven't been seen before. Well, all the casting calls and cast lists are showing that some characters appear to lack. Some certain well-known characters from the original series. Some of them are Flora, the fairy of nature, and Techna, the fairy of technology, and also the 3 witches, Icy, Dracy, and Stormy, who were the main villains in the first arc of the cartoon. It is possible that we will see these characters in some form, or maybe in the future endeavors of the main lead character, or maybe they will appear in the later parts of the series, possibly in the 2nd season. Fans also have a theory that Beatrix is in fact a fusion of the 3 witches called the Tricks, an assumption based on the similarities of the 2 names. A dark turn. The franchise's director, Iginio Straffi, has confirmed that the series will indeed be darker than its original cartoon, and thus will be aimed towards older audiences, which is connected, just like we mentioned before, that this series is for all of the fans who grew up watching the cartoon series in their childhood days, and now they can enjoy their favorite characters in a different light, and all over again. And before we end our video, we will give you a little secret for all of you to cherish. And that is, even before the series' first season has been released, seen for how long it went on and how many storylines are there, the second season has already started filming. So we could expect a second season of the show in 1 or 2 years. Thank you for watching and staying with us until the end. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more videos like this in the future.